evening. You are watching Global Maritime News. Our top story today, on March 23, 2021, the MV Evans, a 400 meters long container ship, ran around in the Suez Canal due to the high winds and poor visibilities. The canal was blocked for 6 days, hafting over 400 ships and causing delayed trade loss of nearly 10 billion. What's went wrong? Could it have been prevented? And what can we learn from it? Tonight, I speak with 3 maritime experts to analyze the incidents and hear their recommendations. Let's begin. Thank you for joining us. From a safety perspective, what were the main causes of the Given incidents?
Thank you. So based on our analysis, the MV Given incidents results from the 3 major safety management failures. The first one is the voyage planning and risk assessments was inadequate. The vessels processed into the Suez canals despite the strong crosswind and the poor visibilities caused by a sandstorm. For a ship over 40 meters long, this created a high risk of driving. No adjustments was made, such as reducing the speeds or assigning escort tugboats, indicating that real-time environment risks were not properly addressed. Second, there was a breakdown in bridge resource management, or BRM. Although 2 canals pilots were on board, the bridge team remained passive. There was no discussions of slowing down, delay the transit, or calling of the assistance. According to the ISM code, the ship officers and the master should play an active role in the navigation decisions, especially under the adverse conditions, but this has not happened. Third, the crew shows a lack of emergency preparedness. There is no indications they have recent stimulations training or have a practiced emergency response producers. When the ship began driving, they failed to react promptly with the measures like anchoring or adjust the speed, showing a poor emergency handling. These 3 factors combined lead to the grounding and the major global disruptions that followed.
And how can incidents like this be prevented in the future?
So, to avoid similar incidents in the futures, we recommend 3 key improvements. The first one is the ship must follow real-time risk-based voyage planning. Environmental conditions like wind and visibility should be checked before entering the narrow waterways. If unsafe, the transit should be delayed. Second, bridge resource management (BRM) should be improved through the regulations training. The bridge teams must stay alert and work with pilots, not just rely on them. Third, the crews need to be better emergency preparedness. Drills and stimulations should be done often so they know how to react quickly in the high-risk situations. With better planning, teamwork, and training, we can reduce the chance of such incidents happening again.
Let's move to the environmental and human safety. What risks did the incidents present?
The risk was serious. The Ever Given carried over 18,000 containers, and many could have contained hazardous cargo. If there had been a hull breach, we could have seen major oil or chemical spills, damaging the Suez Canal's marine environment. Also, more than 400 ships were stuck in the canal, burning fuel while idling. This caused air and water pollution, affecting nearby marine life. On the human side, the salvage teams worked in dangerous conditions, heavy equipment, poor weather and high pressure, and 1 worker lost their life.
That sounds concerning. What do you recommend to improve the safety?
We need emergency environmental response system, including oil spill barriers, water testing kits, and trained crews for pollution control. Also, salvage teams should receive better safety equipment, and we must prioritize mental and physical safety for all maritime workers during crises.
Now, let's talk about the financials and the operations side. What was the scales of the impact?
The financial impact was huge. The blockage distributed an estimated 9.6 billion in global trade per day. Supply chain in industries like electronic, retail, and food were delayed. Even medical shipments were affected. The Suez Canal Authority initially demanded 960 million in compensation, which included cost of salvage, damage, and loss of reputation. After negotiation, a confidential settlement was reached, but the damage to the global logistics was already done.
And what measures can help avoid such large scales of disruptions?
First, canal infrastructure must be upgraded. The narrowest part of the Suez Canal should be widened to allow better maneuverability. Second, shipping companies should use advanced weather and risk monitoring systems. And finally, follow industry leaders like MRC who use simulator-based training and dynamic risk assessment to prevent such failure.
Thank you to all our experts. The grounding of the MV event showed how a single failures in safety planning and risk management can disrupt the entire world. Through the better planning, real-time data use, stronger environmental protections, and investment in the training and infrastructures, we can reduce the chance of such disasters. This is Global Maritime News. Thank you for watching.